Dear Sagittarius, something extraordinary is quietly forming around you. Not loud, not dramatic, but powerful enough that your soul cannot ignore it. You didn't arrive here by accident. You were brought by a gentle intervention from the deepest layers of your soul. Not because you are lost, but because you are standing at the threshold of a great awakening, a gate that only opens when the soul is ready to go beyond what the old world ever allowed. The current of energy swirling around you is unlike any wave before. It doesn't come to sweep you away, but to lift you. Like an arrow pulled taut by the universe itself, ready to soar far beyond the old limitations. Your intuition has been speaking in silence. Through those nights you wake with the feeling that something is calling you. Through dreams that seem meaningless, yet leave an echo in your heart. Through repeating symbols, the numbers 333, 717, a name, a song, a fleeting touch on your left shoulder. They are all part of the universe's language. And Sagittarius, you understand that language even though no one ever taught you. Because you were born carrying a compass within, pointing always toward the light. And you've started to feel it, like a familiar sound echoing from the future. Lately, people have entered your life, not to bring joy, but to reflect where you are on your soul's path of evolution. They are not the right or wrong people. They are mirrors of destiny. Coincidences are no longer random. They are signals. And you are being led to a place where logic can no longer explain. Only faith and courage will keep you steady. If you've ever felt misunderstood, it's because the language you speak does not belong to the old world. It is the voice of a soul that has walked many lifetimes and learned that not everyone awakens at the same time. Right now, you don't need to try to do anything. You only need to admit, I am ready. And that, simple but deeply powerful, is the signal that activates a chain of vibrations within your energy field. Write that down, not for me, but for yourself. It is your declaration to the universe that you are no longer running from destiny. You have lifted your head, looked truth in the eye, and dared to walk forward, even with no one ahead to show the way. Within the next 72 hours, you may receive an unexpected message, a door that opens right when you were about to give up, an opportunity you thought had long vanished. And however it appears, remember, this is the outcome of one simple act you do today, accepting the light within you. Sagittarius is not a sign made for silence. You are the symbol of relentless evolution, of leaving the old behind without regret. You are the voice of wind atop the mountain, reminding others that it is possible to go far and still keep the soul intact. What you are going through is not a trial, it is a rite, a sacred rite, with no incense, no witness, only you and God, renewing the covenant of the soul. And what I have learned from this very journey is this: no fall is meaningless if it leads you back to your truest self. No loss is wasted if it teaches you how to choose from kindness. No silence is cold if within it you hear the call of light. You are no longer the seeker of miracles. You are the miracle. Share this message if it touched you, so that a thread of light may spread to other souls also being called home. Because the light you carry in your heart is the one thing this world cannot replace. Not because the universe is cruel, not because you are unworthy, but because some gates only open in rare moments, when your soul reaches a frequency strong enough to receive something greater than reason could ever imagine. And that moment is right here. You can feel it, can't you? That urgent feeling without a clear reason, as if something will be lost forever if you don't act now. That isn't anxiety, it's the ancient memory of the soul, realizing this is a turning point, a divine invitation, one that won't come again anytime soon. The cards have spoken clearly. The star, the card of hope, direction, and rebirth, keeps appearing around you. The magician, the one who knows the power of intention and action, is urging you to act now, before this rare energy closes. These energies are not just powerful. They resonate perfectly with the field of Sagittarius, where will meets vision, where ideals meet action, where truth longs for a messenger. If you've ever felt you were born to lead the way, to say what no one else dared to say, to live a life no one could define for you, then perhaps this is the moment it all becomes real. Your connection to the element of fire, spirit, willpower, sharp intuition is intensifying. But this time, not only to act, but to become a light bringer. A silent training is unfolding. not through classrooms, but through trials. No one gave you a crown, but your soul signed a sacred contract to be a bearer of light in the darkness. Have you ever felt that every pain you endured had a purpose? That every person who left, every wound, every fall, was forging something within you that others couldn't see? I believe you already know the answer. And if you feel a whisper in your heart saying, "I am ready to receive abundance at a soul level," then write it down, not to prove anything, but because writing it is the first act of activation. A ritual with no altar, only faith. Your auric field is shifting, and you'll notice it in every aspect of life. Deeper sleep, brighter dreams, calls that arrive at just the right moment. Someone who once disconnected returning, not to repeat the past, but to reflect the transformation within you. Financial change is coming, but it won't come through old work or familiar effort. It comes through a full upgrade of your inner operating system. You no longer work to survive. You are living from a state of spiritual prosperity, and that is calling in aligned resources. Your family, your children, your loved ones will feel this wave of positivity, not through words, but through energy. Because you're not just changing your life, you're healing a bloodline. If you've experienced hearing your name without anyone calling, a familiar song playing right as you asked, "What should I do?" or 3 repeating signs in a single day, know this: these are interdimensional signals. You're not imagining things. You are being reminded of why you were reborn in this chaotic era. And maybe you once believed your life had to be stable before it could be worthy of the sacred. But that's not true. The unrest you're feeling is the sign you are shifting dimensions. The urge to do something beyond jobs, titles, roles is the sign that your soul can no longer accept a dimmed existence. You don't need anyone to confirm your role, because that role was assigned before you were even born. And if you're ready, let a single sentence begin it all. I observe the universe and believe a miracle is answering me within the next 48 hours. Write it down as a commitment. Because when you change frequency, the world must rearrange itself to serve you. Love will come too, not in the way you expected, but purer, clearer, braver. A love not to complete you, but to walk beside you as you step into a new destiny. The light in you is no longer soft. It is radiant, undeniable, unextinguishable. You, Sagittarius, have not merely survived, you have been activated. Your destiny is not something you must chase and strain for. It is a current, carrying you back to the very place your soul agreed upon before anything began. The success coming your way doesn't arrive linearly. It's not on a calendar. It won't knock through logic. It arrives like a wave of resonance that awakens every part of your inner knowing. You were once taught that you must understand before you believe. But now, you are being invited to believe. And then, you will see. The karmic cycles you thought had no end are closing. The lessons that repeated themselves in countless forms have finally been integrated. The soul contracts that no longer match your frequency are dissolving like morning mist. A new chapter is opening, one not built on forced service, but rooted in internal truth. You are being summoned to create from a space where you no longer need permission. Your sensitivity and empathy, once the source of your pain, are now your most sacred assets. You no longer absorb others' negative energy like a sponge. Now you are becoming a spiritual alchemist, one who transforms chaos into wisdom, pain into a journey, ashes into light. And that light is growing too large to hide. You once thought something must have saved me. But no, it wasn't coincidence. It was a divine layer of protection you've always had with you, even when you never called it by name. You've had vivid dreams, the kind that leave you waking with emotions that have no name. Don't dismiss them. Within them are maps, messages encrypted in light, and conversations from other dimensions, guiding you to the next path. Write them down, listen, trust, and if you're ready, write this: I activate the blessings my soul is worthy to receive. Not as a superstition, but as a declaration from awakening. Abundance is arriving, not just to let you live in comfort, but so you may expand your light into the world. Your family, those you love, will feel this not through your words, but through the changes in your eyes, in the energy of your home, in how the world begins to soften around you. And love, not the kind that fills a void, but a resonance, one that heals old chapters and opens a new era. Your spiritual eye, your sixth sense, is being unlocked at its deepest level. Do you see flashes of light at the edge of your vision? Memories returning with no reason? Images that don't belong to the present, yet you know they're part of you? You're touching a higher part of yourself, a part that language cannot name. You're not changing. You're returning. Have you felt uneasy lately, as if time is speeding up or slowing down unpredictably? That's not an illusion. You are crossing the boundary of linear time, entering the space where creative power lives, the present moment. Only there can your deepest desires truly manifest. Not through striving, but through alignment of soul, action, and faith. Do you see it now? Those who once misjudged you will soon be unable to deny the light you're radiating. No revenge, no need to prove, because true light shines without needing permission. The light within you is no longer something that can be ignored. It is no longer dim or hesitant. It shines through your eyes, through your presence, through words that seem simple, but awaken the sleeping souls around you. Joy no longer comes from outer things. It rises from your truest self, and you know it, because you feel that light spilling from you, no longer to impress, but to illuminate the path for those still feeling their way through the dark. Signs are arriving faster than ever. You find a familiar object in a place you never left it. Lights flicker without cause. Devices behave strangely when you're near. It's not a technical error. It's communication from higher realms, from spirits walking beside you, gently letting you know you are no longer walking alone. Those who left this world have not disappeared. They're helping you. From behind the veil, clearing the path, aligning the timing, and whispering, "It's time." And you, Sagittarius, you're not just receiving the message. You are becoming the one who carries it forward to the world. Your ability to manifest is breaking beyond normal boundaries. What once took years to build may now form in weeks, days, even a single decision. Why? Because you've aligned yourself with the frequency of the universe. And with that power comes a new responsibility. Your thoughts are the raw material, your emotions, the fuel, your choices, the catalyst. The world responds to you in the exact way you respond to yourself. What keeps repeating in your life, the encounters, the compliments that echo, the coincidental opportunities, they're not random. They're the blueprint of destiny being drawn before you. The talents you carry that others keep noticing, the activities that make you lose track of time, they are the clues to your soul's mission. You weren't born just to get by. You were born to live brightly and to ignite others. The blocks that once held back your abundance are melting away like ice beneath the sun. The false beliefs about your worth, the fear of rejection, the anxiety around success are being replaced by a steady knowing you are worthy. Write this down. I transmute all karma into blessings, and I am ready to receive the greatest gift of all. Not to beg, but to affirm that you've walked through enough darkness to understand the value of light. Success is coming, but it's not coming alone. It's arriving with meaning, and it will be sweeter because you've known what loss feels like. Your family won't just celebrate what you've achieved. They will celebrate what you have become. You're beginning to feel others' energy, even without a word. One look, and you know what they're thinking. A name pops into your mind, and minutes later, they reach out. This is not just sensitivity. It is a sign you're living from a higher plane of awareness. Your light body is activating. And even those who don't believe in spirituality are starting to notice. Your eyes shine brighter. Your voice carries further. Your very presence makes others pause. You are becoming a lighthouse in a world searching for direction. Every word you're reading right now is resonating with codes embedded in your DNA. You don't need to understand it all. Your soul understands. And it is accepting its sacred role. Abundance is arriving, not just to help you live well, but so you can become a transformer of souls. You will be a vessel through which the universe blesses the world. Write this down. I claim my sacred mission, and I open the gates of heaven. Not just wealth, not just recognition, but a love not born of emptiness but of fullness. A love that heals you, a love that walks beside you, a love that helps you rewrite the timeline for generations to come. The happiness you've been searching for was never out there. It never left. It's simply been waiting for you to return, like an unlocked door you've never tried opening with the key you've had inside you all along. You're starting to notice it, aren't you? You sense what's about to happen before it takes shape. You hear what hasn't been said, but already know what it means. You perceive the intention behind words. You see the light of potential where others see only limitations. That's not imagination. It's clairvoyance awakening within you, part of a sacred unfolding reserved for souls who once vowed to serve. You're not just sensing the future, you're shaping it, working across dimensions to align its arrival. Divine guides who walked before you are quietly rearranging the chessboard of destiny, crafting quantum opportunities that appear only once. Every recent encounter was not chance. Every synchronicity, not coincidence. You, with your growing light, are becoming a catalyst for the awakening of others. No explanations needed. No persuasion required. Your presence alone is enough for someone to begin their own questioning. A spiral of manifestation is opening. Not to threaten, but to remind you, heavenly windows don't stay open forever. A rare alignment of energy layers is amplifying your power. If you wait too long, you'll still arrive, but with more obstacles. And you know the Sagittarius soul is not afraid to go far, but always chooses to go true. Open your heart to receive. Do not delay. The ratio between your readiness and the blessings you receive will always match. Long ago, you planted seeds of kindness, courage, and forgiveness. Now, you are preparing to harvest a season your soul has waited lifetimes for. The repeating numbers you've seen, 1111, 2233, are not just sequences. They are universal codes activating the restoration of your soul's spiritual DNA. Each time you see them, you're being upgraded. And your body reflects it, changes in your appearance, a new resonance in your voice, the way others listen to you, as if you're speaking from beyond this world. You are becoming a living instrument of the divine, where your words are no longer your own but flow from the sacred source. Your intuition is no longer whispering, it's speaking, echoing through synchronicities, through instincts you cannot deny. You no longer need validation from others, because you're remembering who you are. The protective field around you is stronger than ever. Negative intentions sent your way will return to where they came from, not because of revenge, but because high frequencies are incompatible with lower ones. Write this down. I reclaim my sacred inheritance. That act will unlock the sacred treasures you carried long before your rebirth. Success is approaching, not just as money, but as clarity, health, deep love, and the unmistakable sense that you are living your highest purpose. Do you ever feel space rippling around you? That you could step through a different layer of reality? That something overlaps this moment, but doesn't belong to it? You're not imagining it. You're expanding your ability to perceive multiple dimensions. The elements are responding to you. Water moves with your emotions. Fire burns with your passion. Air shifts with your thoughts. And earth, it vibrates in harmony with your need for inner grounding. You are no longer a soul tied to just one element. You are integrating all four. An ancient wisdom from your ancestors is rising. You are not the first in your bloodline to carry this gift, but you are the one chosen to reactivate it. The souls you once vowed to meet are now entering your orbit. The lessons you came to teach are revealing themselves, and the parts of you that once lay dormant are beginning to awaken. You don't need to run anymore, because the light you carry needs no destination to be recognized. It only needs to be lived. You are no longer receiving information from one dimension. You are tuning into multiple channels at once, as if the universe has opened every frequency so you won't miss a single thing. And your growing discernment will be the compass to distinguish between true guidance and echoes of the old ego. Your planetary mission is awakening. You did not come here only for personal experience. You came to tap into the collective field of consciousness, to activate the shift this world has long needed. Every step you take toward your higher self becomes a beam of light for those still wandering in the dark. You are not just changing your life. You are becoming proof of the power of faith, of divine timing, and of light that cannot be denied. Your transformation will even cause skeptics to wonder, perhaps there is something greater I've never understood. And you, born under the sign of philosophy and light, are the one who holds that answer. The spiritual technologies you're accessing now go beyond any physical tools of this age. Your power to heal through a single glance, your ability to turn thought into action, your capacity to shift the energy of a room just with your presence. These are not miracles. They are the future, and you are learning them ahead of time. Write this down. My soul remembers its infinite power. That phrase is the spell that awakens the cellular memory of the spiritual leader who has always lived inside you. You are not just healing yourself, you are healing your entire ancestral line, liberating patterns that have weighed down generations. You are upgrading your soul's operating system, like a device receiving a sacred software update. And so, there will be moments when you feel tired for no reason, a bit directionless, a deep need for solitude. Do not worry. These are signs that your body is being recalibrated to receive a higher frequency. The emotional mastery now growing within you will become one of your greatest assets. You're no longer pulled by anger, sorrow, or fear. You alchemize them into fuel for your evolution. You are becoming an emotional alchemist. Your presence is now medicine that requires no words. Others feel calmer near you without knowing why. But you know the light you carry is not to be displayed, but to be passed on. The universe is supporting you in ways you never dared to imagine. Every obstacle is just a doorway in disguise. Every delay is protection. Every detour leads you somewhere even more beautiful than what you once prayed for. Right now, active my golden destiny to activate the sacred contract you made with the universe before you were born. You are not just receiving abundance, you are becoming a source of abundance for your entire community. The love you radiate will heal generations. The peace you reach will ripple like sound waves through the souls still struggling. The doors of the Akashic records are opening. Messages from past lives are being downloaded. Talents you once had are returning naturally, not to be relearned, only reawakened. Your higher vision is unveiling every mask around you. You now see who comes to you in truth, and who comes in fear. You can no longer be deceived. And that is what protects you from paths that no longer belong. Synchronicity is becoming the primary language between you and the universe. Through a song, an offhand phrase, a gust of wind, a flickering light, or a single line in an old movie, the universe is speaking to you. Without pause, you no longer need to chase anything. Everything meant for you is being drawn in like a magnet, simply because you've aligned with your true essence. You don't have to compete to attract. Just remember, you were always the chosen one. Attraction is effortless when you live in truth. No need to force, no need to perform. Live in your light, and the universe will place you on the exact frequency you were born for. Write this down. My infinite wealth is manifesting now. That declaration is a key, because abundance doesn't come from striving. It comes from an open mind and a heart rooted in truth. Your destiny was never meant to be survival. You came here to become the one who lifts lives. You're not only harvesting, you are sowing. Not just succeeding, but inspiring. Not merely living, but creating a legacy. Your DNA is unlocking abilities that humanity once forgot. Telepathy, instant healing, manifestation through vibration. These are no longer science fiction. They are the natural evolution of a soul that is ready. And you are one of those souls. This is no longer science fiction. This is the natural evolution of a soul that is ready. And you are one of those souls. Your connection with nature is becoming more sacred than ever. Trees respond to your presence. Animals sense the light you radiate. You are no longer just an observer of nature. You are a co-creator with it. The veil between dimensions is thinning each day. Soon, you will be able to perceive multiple realities within a single moment. And that gives you the greatest power of all. Choice. The choice to align with the highest timeline. The choice to walk the path of love, expansion, and sacred truth. What you're healing is not just the present. It stretches through the past. It uplifts the future. Other versions of you are being elevated by the work you're doing right now. This is the power of quantum healing. A single act today can bring blessings to thousands of souls. Write this down. I commit to evolve and receive my divine destiny, and the universe will respond. The dreams you've been having lately are not just dreams. They are training sessions held in higher realms. You are learning and practicing at an expanded level of awareness. And the wonder is this: the skills you're using in dreams will soon begin to show up in the physical world. You're refining your spiritual sensitivity like an energy surgeon. You can hear what hasn't happened yet, see what hasn't formed, and prepare before the world even realizes. Your spiritual mastery is not the final destination. It is the gateway to a new phase of service. You were not prepared to hide. You are being called into the light to become a beacon for those still wandering in the dark. Your presence is a lantern in the midnight forest. And the miracle is, you don't need to try to be heard, because true light doesn't need an introduction. Every line in this message is a code of activation. It will continue to echo inside you. Long after you've forgotten you read it, the transformation has already begun, and it is irreversible. Write this down. I am an infinite being of light, and you'll see the pace of transformation accelerate exponentially. Your family will witness things they've never seen before. The love you carry will heal places that were once shattered. The joy you hold will ripple beyond anything that could be stopped. The path ahead will exceed anything you've ever dared to dream. Limits you thought could never be broken will dissolve like morning mist under sunlight. Opportunities you once believed weren't for you will find you, not because you're better, but because you were braver, brave enough to choose the light. Prepare even for the stumbles, because they too are part of the journey toward true illumination. You have an army of light supporting you, the power of your ancestors in your blood, and sacred love surrounding every step you take. And if you've made it here, then this is your moment. You need no one to give you power. You already have it. You need no permission. You are the creator. And the world is waiting for you to step forward. The miracle doesn't come from far away. It begins in a quiet moment, when you stop chasing something outside and start returning to what's already within. The greatest lesson in this entire transformation is, truth doesn't need to be found. It only needs to be lived. You don't need anyone to empower you. You were born with it. You don't have to do everything right. You only have to be honest and brave. The universe didn't choose you because you're perfect. It chose you because you didn't turn away from the call of your soul. What you once saw as trials were actually gates to your destiny, and what you once thought were losses were expansions you couldn't see at the time. Remember this, you don't have to do something grand to change the world. You only need to make each step you take a step in truth, and the world will begin to change. And the world will begin to change.